What is up, everyone? My name is Luna, as if you already do not know, and I just woke up right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, I just woke up. I've been having sleeping issues. I've been going to bed at like 7 in the morning and waking up around now. So it's been really bad. Ever since I started doing the podcast, I've been going to sleep later and later, and sadly it sucks, you know. This podcast, we didn't do anything, but pretty much I did like half of the work for the podcast. You know, I got Momo's part ready, and I was ready for him to do mine. And then I talked to Momo, and he shows me what he has done. And he has the people's faces, and he has their heads taken off their body. I'm like, what? I didn't say what the fuck is that, but I wanted to choke him at that moment. Because he just did something really dumb. He was gonna make my job even harder. I was like, ah. Thank you, I won. I won. And pretty much he made his job harder, so he now has to draw back their heads or reconnect them. The things I deal with. He said he was gonna have them done by Friday. I talked to him on Friday. They're not done. On Saturday, he shows me that they're done, but they're different. And then I'm like, Momo, no, man. No. Why would you do it that way? Like I said, like I keep saying, if the Animal Crossing, I mean, if the podcast doesn't come out, or it doesn't have anything that's already pictures, it's gonna be Momo's fault, and it fucking was. Cause I'm not going to use the same talk. We're gonna pretty much what we're gonna do. We're gonna, you know, all those pictures that you saw, if you did watch it, we'll do that constantly. You know, no. How do I say this again? All those pictures that you saw, you know, the talking, the laughing, all those, you know, the laughing faces, the listening faces are pretty much the same over and over again, right? If you guys look at it. Well, the thing is, I want to have at least like 4 to 3 different talking, listening, faces and all those wonderful things, different emotions, so it seems different, so we're not conveying the same emotion every single time. And I want to get to the point where we don't, Momo doesn't have to make any more, and I don't have to ask for any more, and then we're good. But, and also, if you're wondering why the reason why we don't show our faces during the podcast is because the thing's edited a lot, because Momo has he has like 6 people living with him in this 2-bedroom apartment, and they come in, they come out, they're watching TV, they're throwing shit at the wall. There's one part where someone was like throwing shit or like playing with coins. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just a lot of noise. And then his mom comes in on him, and he talks to him and yells at him for stuff, asks for money, all these wonderful things that his mom does. And I'm like, oh my god, He just wants me to pull out my hair. So if we did do that, there would be a lot of cutting. A lot of cutting. And we're not at that point, and Momo's not at that point. He's getting better, but he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. And when to let me talk. It's stuff we gotta work on, and he knows. He keeps interrupting me. If you guys listened through it, he kept interrupting me while I was talking. He doesn't know how to take turns, and it's pissing me off. But it's a learning experience. It's a learning experience. It's his first time doing anything like this, so it's all good. And plus, he's like searching up shit on the internet at the same time, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. This guy pisses me off. Yeah, he's my friend. Oh god, I want to choke him. But he's a good guy. I want to choke him. I don't like reviews. Yeah, that's the reason why we don't do the videos. And plus, another reason, I have a shitty camera, and so does he. So like, no. I have a shitty camera. He has a shitty mic. He has a shitty camera too. There's a, you see that up there? You know what that is? That's a spaceship. That's Gulliver. It actually gives you rare items, which I don't feel like doing. You know why? Because I did it in an episode. I'm never gonna do it again because what I have to do for it's stupid, and I don't want any of the items that he's gonna give me, to be honest with you, because they're dumb. It's just like it's like the Wonders of the World's item things which you could find, and I found a couple while they were being sold here. Let's see, let's sell all these. What is this? Crouton, bug trophy. Oh, don't sell the gold shovel. It's gonna take a total of 2 days for me to get that back, if there is a gold shovel up there. I mean, if there's a shovel over there, but I doubt there is. I have money on me. Why do I have money on me? So yesterday, I seen, yesterday was the WWE pay-per-view payback, and it was okay. They had a Divas match that was really good. It was a really good Divas match. Usually Diva matches are like the time where you just go away because the females, they can't wrestle at all. They don't know the concept. They just want to hit their moves and not. And it feels like how do you say it? It feels very stiff and not good. It's just really bad. And it was pretty damn good. AJ Lee versus Caitlyn. It's pretty damn good. One of the girls ended up crying at the end, which is different. I think they're trying to build this angle of her crying, because it's weird. Because at the end of the match she's supposed to cry, and she's trying to make herself cry. Obviously for the show and to convey the emotions that are happening on between her, and how she's fucking going crazy, and how she had a secret admirer for like, I don't know how many months, and then it was all AJ just to trick her to make her feel lonely because she's a fat cow. I'm like, wow, what the fuck? I don't know. It was a pretty decent storyline for a female perspective, but for a whole WWE rememberable kind of thing, no. It'll probably be rememberable as an AJ Lee being a fucking bitch. That kind of thing. Nothing here to buy. And then, there's a Dolph Ziggler, his first match back since he had his real-life concussion, since his severe concussion, since someone fucking booted him in the head and didn't do it right, and ended up giving him a fucking concussion. He had to sit out for like 6 to 5 weeks. And, in those 6 to 5 weeks, when you have concussions, people, you can't get hit. Like, there's a chance of you dying. If you do get hit, and if it does go unchecked, and he had a severe concussion, so he had to be out for a while. He was out not as long as most people are. Some people are out with severe concussions for like ever. Like, I believe in hockey, there's someone, I think it was like Sidney Crosby, who has concussion issues, and he's out for like a majority of the year. And that just takes time. Concussions stick with you your whole life. You're fucked pretty much. You'll start getting headaches. You'll start forgetting things. You'll start doing everything that your brain does, and ends up not doing it well, and you end up having a real life injury instead of like the stage one like they did with Triple H, where he got a concussion when he got a sledgehammer to the face. Which I don't like the sledgehammer shots, being honest with you. They're dumb. It's like someone is like, imagine a sledgehammer. Like, I think it's a real sledgehammer. I think, but it's probably a little less heavier. But they put their hands over where the sledgehammer part is, and they hit someone with it. It's dumb. But yeah. Oh yeah, there's a part, Dolph Ziggler versus he was a mixed martial artist, so he actually fought before, and I watched one of his fights, and he got disqualified for doing something, for like putting the guy against the ropes and kicking his ass or something like that. Alberto Del Rio, his father, his uncle was actually an extremely great like wrestler. He was like one of those people that people loved. Like, if you guys ever watched Nacho Libre, like, that guy, the big guy that Ignacio wants to fight. He wants to become, because he wants to be a wrestler and all that stuff. That's pretty much, I guess, who he was. He never shows his face. Can I dig this up? Why can't I dig this up? And, he's loved by the people and all those things. That's what it is, his uncle was like a great luchador, so, he has it within his blood, and he started late, because most of his life he did mixed martial arts, which was the shit where you're in a cage and you beat one another up. And he does this now because You make a lot more money than that. What's up? Not yet.
What are you doing?
I'm recording Animal Crossing. Why?
What?
You have a phone. Alright, hold on then. I'll tell you. This is my mom. And, so the Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Del Rio match, so, you know, Dolph Ziggler got his belt taken away. He didn't have a chance to become a champion. He didn't have the chance to, you know, live it. He didn't have a chance to, you know, go on the road and have people sign it. You know, not have people sign it. Sign it for people, have pictures taken with it, or anything along those lines, because he had a concussion and you can't do anything. You can't travel. Going on a plane is definitely not a best thing to do. So he was like, fucked. So pretty much he stayed at home. He did travel a little bit, but he really didn't get a chance to live the life of a champion. Because obviously, it's the boyhood dream. And they took it away from him. He got squashed. They squashed him. And, it made me, cry. I started to cry. I started to tear up. I was marking out, as people would say. A mark is pretty much someone who's like the audience it's supposed to affect. Like, you know, marking out is an example, like, you know when you're a kid, and if you ever watched wrestling, you didn't know it was real, but you knew, you didn't know it was real, or not, but you kind of knew it was kind of weird. Like, you know how, like, in TV shows and stuff like that, in movies, that's pretty much marking out. Because if you go to the movie thinking it's like, oh, this fucking cinematography fucking fake, the CGI bullshit, you're never gonna be happy. You know, if you overthink the product, it's gonna be shit. And then I wasn't Luna, who knows that there's one big spring underneath the board to soften the impact, but it's still supposed to make you hurt. It doesn't take in all the impact. Because if it didn't, they most likely would be crippled. None of them would be able to walk with the moves they do. But it's like, you know, I know that punches aren't always pulled. Some punches are pulled. Some moves are real. Some moves actually hurt. Some things take athleticism to do. You know, like, I know that. Whereas, like, I know when someone's laying down, they're not always hurt. They're not always tired, you know. When they do the finisher to them, I know they're not always down and out. They could get back up right after, and they usually do. But here, I was like that little kid who, like, believed everything was happening. I started fucking crying because I knew this guy, he wanted it. He wanted it, and I doubt he's gonna get another shot. And it would have been awesome if he had it for a while, at least for another pay-per-view, at least for him to be able to come back, because last week was the time for him to come back, and I just fucking cried. It was dumb. It sucked, but hey, it's a storyline. He's probably going to go chase after it. There's obviously a built-in storyline for something they want you to believe. They chanted his name. It was in Chicago. It was beautiful. It was nice. But yeah. Until next time, everyone. I couldn't do anything today because there was no axe. I can't do anything if there's no axe. So, stay frosty.